Jill's not in the meeting. Okay, why don't we move on then to the association reports? We'll keep an eye out to see if Jill's going to join. I think tonight from CEA, we'll have Micah and Katie be joining us. We're keeping Emily in the back of the room here on her toes as we switch speakers. Here's Micah and Katie, are you on?
I am. I don't know if Micah is.
Don't see him. So Katie, can you take it or?
Yeah, I can. Oh, perfect. I can go ahead and get started. I'm Katie Nance. I teach kindergarten at Monmouth Elementary School. And I just wanted to start off by saying that our kids have come back recently and we are just super proud of them. All the way from kindergarten to 5th grade. They've really just been doing a great job and it's quite an adjustment. And we've just been really impressed with their hard work and the way they've adjusted to our expectations, wearing their masks and doing their distancing and all of that. So we're going to start off. Can you guys hear me all right?
Yeah. I think you can keep going. It's just the camera in the room here is a little glitchy. I think you guys are fine.
Okay. Awesome. Thank you. So we're going to start off talking a little bit about Character Strong, which is the SEL curriculum that we've been using this year. That was recently adopted. And a few of us from the district got to go and do the school culture conference online and just really see an in-depth look at that Character Strong. So there's a quote here that says, "No significant learning can occur without a significant relationship." And so really working on shifting or not shifting, but really focusing on those relationships. And building. And there was a quote from Houston Croft, who's one of the founders, who said, SEL isn't more important now than it has ever been, but we're just a little more clear on why. So we know that there's a lot of things going on and we really want to make sure that we're helping our students through all the changes and the inconsistencies of this year. So Character Strong uses this SERVE model and it has starting intentionally. So we teach each character trait each month. So this month is responsibility and going through and explaining the definition and talking about things, but then it really goes into depth and has different activities that the kids can do with us, building their opinions of it and writing down like how can we show this in our classroom? How can we show this at home? And then working on practicing those values consistently. So it goes beyond just explaining what the character trait is, but actually challenging the students. How can they do this every day in their daily lives? And then exiting out, making a relational approach with those students of how they can keep using that character trait as we move into the others and kind of tying them all together. You can go ahead to the next slide. Perfect. And so each month we have a different character trait that we focus on and we go through and teach different parts about it and do those different activities. And then we really focus on finding a student in our class who has gone above and beyond to be able to express those character traits. And so these are just some examples. Each teacher picks an award winner for the month, but these are just a few examples of some of our award winners for those different character traits of empathy, kindness, gratitude, honesty. So we've really been enjoying focusing on these different character traits and being able to go a little bit more in depth and really focus our social emotional learning this year because we know how important that it has been. You can go ahead to the next slide. Thank you. And then here's our character trait for this month, the responsibility. So we've been focusing, every classroom focuses on teaching about responsibility and what does that mean. And like in my class, we've been making a list. So the kids will go around and talk about different responsibilities that they might have, like feeding their dog or something like that. And then just really focusing throughout the month on how we can be responsible at home and in the classroom, and really continuing to practice those things going forward. And we're really enjoying it, just practicing doing all of those things consistently. Perfect. Awesome. And then we wanted to share our school-based mental health associate, Alicia Preston, has been doing a lunch bunch with our students. So it's open to all students, which is super awesome. And it's virtual. She's been having about 15 to 25 kids who attend each day. And then they work on like doing an SEL activity while they're all kind of eating their lunch, doing questions, going around. And then they also have the PE and the music teacher who join like one time per week, which is super fun. And like last week, they did a science experiment. So it's just another good way to build those relationships and really focus on that social emotional learning. So thank you all for letting us speak.
Katie, I'm on here, so I can jump on. I was a little late to get in there. Okay. Hi, everybody. My name is Micah. I teach in the Learning Resource Center at Monmouth Elementary. First off, want to thank Dr. Kabista for having that moment of silence for our colleagues. We from the CEA and from MES just want to give our deepest condolences to both of those families, and really just acknowledge how much it has impacted our community and our central family. And then just to build on what Katie said and some of the comments, we have our teachers that are working their tails off. I am in a really nice position because I get to work with all the teachers across the buildings. And every day I'm just in awe of how they've been able to come up with activities and different things to engage 5- and 6-year-olds online all the way up to 5th grade. So what you see here is a picture of our 2nd grade team. They did a March Madness book tournament, which was really awesome. So they read a different variety of books, and then the students got to vote on which ones they liked. And then, March Madness bracket wise, it just got shorter and shorter. So that was a fun way for them to be able to incorporate kind of a present day event into something educational. So shout out to the 2nd grade team. You all are amazing. We're ready for the next one, Emily. Perfect. And then what you see here, this is a little bit of what our equity team has been working on. So this is our first year getting our equity team going here at MES. And one of the things that we really wanted to focus on was like equal representation for all, and making sure that all students see, hear themselves in the curriculum we're teaching, the stories we're sharing, and the videos we're watching, etc. So what you can see in the purple, these are some of our bulletin boards that we did for Women's History Month and then Black History Month. And then the pictures down below is we got an awesome grant from our UNICEF to get about $475 worth of books. And we really wanted to focus on those books being not only people of different races, but different abilities, speaking different languages. And then one of our amazing classified staff, Cheryl, she is a great artist, and she made us those signs to put up in the library around our collection of these new books. So super excited about that. And then this is information from our 4th grade team that was really exciting to hear. So we have a couple of our teachers taking a course, spending time, outside their workday to just increase their knowledge of reading, specifically the science of reading, and really learning that spelling, comprehension, phonics, and vocabulary are really what we need to hit hard. And I've had everybody who's participated in that come to me and say, hey, like, this is great stuff. And it sounds like some other elementary school teachers are also starting to take that course. So I've just heard that these teachers are really excited, and they feel like this will be a good stepping stone to when there is a curriculum talk, when curriculum talking point comes up, that they feel really passionate and knowledgeable in the science of reading and are excited to share that with our students and our families. And then our last one, this is an update from special programs. So on the left, you see some students, Elizabeth Altenberg, who is one of our amazing special educators. She runs the ILC, which is the Intensive Learning Center. And she shared a story where some of her students had forgotten to bring a show and tell item, and they decided that they would read a book in front of the whole class, and another student started doing it, and it's kind of catching on to like this class read along. So it's just a huge accomplishment for these kiddos and Elizabeth, and just a testament to the amazing things she's able to do in her classroom. And then I wanted to shout out one of our speech teachers, our speech pathologist, Danielle Dennis. She wanted to share that she is mentoring a graduate student. So pretty cool that we have someone in our district that other people are coming to learn from, and you know, all of our speech paths and have done an amazing job of trying to adapt in this virtual world. So again, thanks for presenting. We're excited to just keep building on our successes and keep going from here.
Great. Thank you, Micah. Thank you, Katie.
Are we allowed to talk to them?
Sure. You want to ask a question?
Sure. I had a question for Katie. What kind of comment question? On your character traits, I thought that's awesome that they're also in Spanish, and that some of those that don't either speak English prolifically or can read it in English. I think that's great to have that up in Spanish. The question that I had was, is it, once it's shown to them, is it kind of broken down or taught more in depth to both languages? Is there someone that's able to do that? That makes sense. And then is that something that's going on in every single school? Because I know that some of our elementary schools are more have a much higher Latino base than the others. I just wondered if that's something that's going on in all schools.
That's a great question. I know that Purposeful People is the elementary curriculum that's being used at all 3 schools. And I think that we've adopted Character Strong at all levels. But those are actually bilingual visuals from the curriculum, which is really awesome.
Yeah.
We don't necessarily do bilingual instruction, but it is nice to be able to have those posters and things that we can hang up and have our students see in the school.
Yeah, I really like that they're included in that. And then
And Vidal, it is K-8. So Character Strong is K-8. Purposeful People is the curriculum for K-5. Yep. But it's all the Character Strong foundations.
And then for Micah, on your presentation, I really like the equal representation board that you had for the Women's History Month and Black History Month. I know that it's come up in the past to where we like to have students see their race being celebrated in history, and I think that board did a great job of that. And then the special programs, I really like. I recognize one of the books. I did a study on autism, and I saw that Uniquely Wired was in that pile of books there, and that's a great one for kids to learn about that. And, I love it. I think it's great that it's more inclusive and everybody's getting involved. Thank you.
Thank you, Vidal. Should we back up